Alright, so here's the thing about the 2023 Nissan GT-R that nobody talks about. This car had been basically the same for 15 years. Same engine, same transmission, same basic platform. While every other sports car company was out here building lighter, smarter, faster machines with all the latest tech, Nissan just kept selling this. A 3.8-liter twin-turbo V6 with all-wheel drive that could hit 60 in under 3 seconds. And honestly, it was still faster than most of the competition. So the real question is, how the hell did an old car like this stay relevant in 2023? Look, the GT-R shouldn't have even been here anymore, right? The R35 generation dropped way back in 2008 for the US market. By 2023, Nissan was basically saying, yeah, buy the same car we've been selling for literally 15 years. That's insane. In the sports car world, that doesn't happen. You refresh, you evolve, you chase the latest numbers. But the GT-R? People were still lining up to buy it. The 2023 model was year 15, with the same fundamental recipe. Why? Because the GT-R had something that just numbers can't explain. Reputation, legacy. The Godzilla name actually meant something. So let's talk about what's actually under that hood because it's wild. The VR38 DET, a 3.8-liter twin-turbo V6. In the regular GT-R, 565 horsepower and 4,567 pound-foot of torque. Nismo version, 600 HP and 481 pound-foot. But here's where Nissan really understood something that a lot of other manufacturers didn't. Just slapping a huge engine in a car and hoping it works isn't engineering, that's luck. Nissan designed the entire R35 around one core idea: get that power to the road without killing the tires. The transmission, the drivetrain, the chassis, the electronics, all working together as one system. It's not just a fast car, it's a usable fast car. And this is where it gets clever. Most rear-wheel drive sports cars have all their weight up front because the engine's there. The GT-R said, nope. Engine in the front, transmission mounted in the rear. That rear-mounted transaxle setup, it lets Nissan keep the weight balanced while actually putting all that horsepower down effectively. That's the Godzilla personality right there. You're not just asking the rear tires to somehow survive 565 horses and pray. The entire drivetrain architecture is designed to make that power actually usable. That's why the launches were so insane. Car and driver clocked a 2.9 second 0 to 60 on the 2023 model. Think about that for a second. This isn't some brand new hypercar that cost $500,000. This isn't some lightweight exotic made of carbon fiber. This is a Nissan platform that's been around for over a decade. Yet it could still accelerate with the kind of aggression that made way more expensive cars look nervous. That was always the GT-R's move. It didn't play the same game as everyone else. It just won. The Godzilla thing wasn't just marketing. The earlier Skyline GT-R generations already had the legacy locked in. Then the R35 came along and brought that whole philosophy forward into a totally different technological era. Suddenly you had this Nissan, a company people didn't really associate with exotic supercars, that could actually go head-to-head with established names. That underdog story became part of the DNA. By 2023, that badge wasn't just specs and numbers anymore. It was history, credibility, the promise that if you hit that throttle, this thing was going to do something genuinely outrageous. But here's where the story gets real. The world changed. When the R35 first dropped, it was basically untouchable for the money. 15 years later, the competition figured it out. The Porsche 911 evolved. A lot. The Corvette became genuinely incredible. New performance cars showed up with lighter platforms, better interiors, and technology that actually felt modern. Even reviewers were like, yeah, this thing is aging. It's not the bargain it used to be. So technically, the GT-R was no longer the obvious choice on paper. Inside the cabin, you could definitely feel that age. An 8-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, navigation, a decent Bose system, but compared to newer performance cars, not exactly blowing anyone's mind. The rear seats were tiny, the tech wasn't cutting edge. Driver aids were pretty basic. The platform got expensive. Objectively, by 2023, buying a GT-R over a new 911 or Corvette wasn't necessarily the smartest move financially. The specs didn't add up, but that's exactly why the GT-R is so interesting to me. People weren't buying it because it was the newest. They were buying it because it was the GT-R. Supercar level acceleration. AWD confidence. balanced performance. 15 years of credibility. It was different. A 911 is iconic. A Corvette is unmistakable. But a GTR walking down the street? People stop and look. It still had that Godzilla presence. Sometimes being different is worth more than having the latest specs. So was the 2023 GTR still dangerous? Absolutely. Not because it was the newest. It wasn't. Not because it was the most advanced. It definitely wasn't. Not even because it was the best value. It wasn't that either. It was dangerous because the fundamental engineering still worked. A massive turbocharged engine, intelligent AWD, rapid shifts, a chassis built entirely around putting performance to the pavement. 15 years after it arrived, Nissan kept Godzilla alive. And maybe that's the whole point. It didn't survive by refusing to evolve. It survived because the original idea was just that good. After 15 years, Godzilla still had teeth.